Kick them out. MP demands Russia are banned from World Cup. FIFA has come under immense pressure to ban Russia from the World Cup after last week's invasion of Ukraine. Football's world governing body announced Russia would still be allowed to play international football. Under a series of initial measures agreed by the FIFA Council on Sunday, next month's World Cup playoff between Russia and Poland would go ahead, but at a neutral venue and with no spectators. Russia would also be forced to go by the name Football Union of Russia, RFU, in an echo of the punishment imposed on the country at the Olympics. But the Polish FA have firmly stated their team will refuse to play against Russia. The Czech Republic has joined Sweden and Poland in saying they will boycott any game against Russia in football's World Cup playoffs. The Telegraph reports that the British government will likely launch a concerted effort with other nations to force FIFA President Gianni Infantino to issue a ban. Conservative MP Damian Green, a member of the Digital, Culture, Media and Sport Committee, tells Express.co.uk Russia should play no part in the tournament. On FIFA's handling of the issue, he said, "I think that is unbelievably feeble," and taking the example of the International Olympic Committee, IOC, that allows Russia, despite all of the doping scandals, to participate in games as long as they are called the Russian Olympic Committee, ROC. It's exactly the same cop-out that the IOC went for. I think it's just unacceptable in the current climate. I hope other countries follow the example of the English FA and more importantly the Polish FA in saying we won't play them. That essentially dares FIFA to say okay we will award games to Russia. That would mean the World Cup wouldn't be played. I would very much hope that other countries that have qualified wouldn't participate in a World Cup with Russia." Asked if Russia should be banned, Mr. Green responded, "Yes, a country that wages war against another country can't be allowed to have normal sport. That would be the kind of symbolic gesture that would bring home to the Russian people that their government is driving them away from normal life and the big events in international sport. It's pretty shameful for FIFA that they have not come to that conclusion when F1 instantly decided that the Russian Grand Prix couldn't take place. While FIFA has, so far, allowed Russia to continue playing, UEFA stripped the country of its right to host the 2022 Champions League final, which was due to be held in St. Petersburg but will now take place in Paris. Read more. Stand up for what's right. Gary Lineker applauds Polish footballers. The Russian Grand Prix, due to take place in September, has also been cancelled. On the situation between Russia and Ukraine, FIFA released a statement. It read, "First and foremost, FIFA would like to reiterate its condemnation of the use of force by Russia in its invasion of Ukraine. Violence is never a solution and FIFA expresses its deepest solidarity to all people affected by what is happening in Ukraine. FIFA calls again for the urgent restoration of peace and for constructive dialogue to commence immediately." FIFA remains in close contact with the Ukrainian Association of Football and members of the Ukrainian football community who have been requesting support to leave the country for as long as the current conflict persists. Don't miss Chelsea boss Tuchel lifts lid on Abramovich chat after Club World Cup insight. Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich to join Thomas Tuchel on plane analysis. Throw them out of World Cup. Poland's manager urges action on Russia. Insight will unanimously approve the decision that the Czech national team will in no case enter the event against the selection of Russia in the qualification round of the World Cup 2022. Chelsea FC's future has also been plunged into uncertainty after Russian owner Roman Abramovich announced on Saturday he will be passing the stewardship of the club to the trustees of the club's charitable foundation. He remains the owner. The move comes amid pressure from campaigners and MPs for Mr. Abramovich to be targeted by Western sanctions. Last week the Labour MP Chris Bryant used parliamentary privilege to say that Mr. Abramovich was identified by the Home Office in 2019 as having links to the Russian state as well as to corrupt activity and practices. Quoting from a leaked Home Office document, Mr. Bryant said the UK should seize Abramovich's assets and bar him from owning Chelsea.